everyone, and welcome back to the Global Thought Leader podcast, where I talk with the greatest people from all around the world. People who have changed their own life to create a better impact in other people's life. I am your host, Danik Motsam, and today we have a truly remarkable guest. He is not just a personal trainer. He has combined personal training and mental health awareness to change lives. Join me in welcome the extraordinary Samir to the show. Samir, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you very much, Danik. Happy to be here. Good to see you again too.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. I'm very well, thank you. And it's a great start to my weekend, being the first and only guest on the podcast, and seeing you again for sure. So that's a great start. How are you?
Yeah, good. So it is your first time having the podcast.
Absolutely. I honestly feel like I'm the female Joe Rogan's giving me interview.
Super cool. Okay, tell me more about yourself. Tell me more about your backstory.
Yeah, so I'll start from the beginning. So so I was born in London. Then grew up when I was in my teens, and I moved to Dubai for from 13 or 14 years old. Studied there in the Middle East and school, but under the English curriculum. So it was an international school full of expats, and then came back to London in 2011 to find more direction, and I've been here ever since, trying to find my purpose. Trying to find my purpose in life, and that's been going well ever since. So about the what I do as well. So again, I'm a personal trainer, strength and conditioning, performance coach, purple belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, so mixed martial arts that comes with it too, and like as a hobbyist, not on a competitive standpoint, but then and a mental health advocate. So like spread the awareness of the mental health, which I think has always been lacking in today's societal norms. So just want to make sure that change the world and help others with what I do with my career, and just love what I do.
Wow, amazing. And you told me about your purpose. How is it for you to find your purpose? How do you know that this is your purpose? It is so interesting.
Yep. So very good question. So like from an early age, to be honest, I don't know how I managed to go through with it in school. I was an all right kid, but not the brightest, if I'm honest with you. So because sitting down on a desk all day, I just couldn't really I just didn't understand just sitting there all day learning about like basics like maths, English, which of course is important as a child and that. But like I always knew I wanted to do something very practical. Like first was like work in the police force. That was what, like, as a kid, what I thought at an early age. And then you're gonna laugh at this one. Like I'm gonna thought I could be like Spider-Man or something, like superhero or something. Like just as a kid watching movies, and thought that I could change the world to help like that. But yeah, magic powers don't really exist in reality. But then as I grew up in my teens, and then while I was in Dubai, and still didn't understand the education system in the school, and just really didn't think it would. It didn't interest me at all. And I don't have the greatest attention span, to be totally frank with you. But but then when they were doing it was like PE, like physical education. Like it was very practical and getting into sports and everything. And that was the only most thing that was interesting. And I think I was just born to do something practically from a practical standpoint, and then help to coach others and help to train others as well. And that's just been in my mindset ever since.
Wow. Okay, cool. So you discover your purpose in Dubai, or did you discover your purpose when you moved to London?
In Dubai, most of
Wow.
the time. That's where I was. I started to get into my teens, and like finding who I am really, because like I'm sure you've been to Dubai, Danik, but you can tell like it's so completely different, the culture there compared to like Europe, you know.
Yeah.
So it was quite a shock for me, and it took me about a month to understand really how it works out there. Then comparing to when you grow up, when you were born and raised in Europe for a bit.
Mm. And how was it for you as a person to move from Dubai to back to Europe, to London?
So how was it as a? So I feel like
Yeah, for you.
was
How was
it?
it for you? Like moving to another country, like you need to reinvent yourself, and yeah, it's a whole transformation you go through. How was that for you?
Yeah. So that very good question. Because to be honest, like I around 2011, because after I finished school, like I didn't know I was going after I was doing personal training courses, but it was very lacking consistency. Like every 2 weeks there'll be a course, which it just wasn't enough for me. So I got so like as much as I had fun in the Middle East life, like we were going into the beach every day with my father, and then
Mm.
going out to nice restaurants, the luxury life, as they say out there. But there does come with a price when you're feeling. The more you do stuff, the exact same things, the more boring it's going to get. And
Oh,
most people would say, "Oh, but that you're living the life," and I'm like, "Yeah, but but you also have to find your mind to keep occupied, and you're going to feel like." That ever since. It's like saying if you eat chocolate once or twice, you like it, but then you keep eating it more again, you're going to get bored. Your taste buds are going to get bored, and then you're going to have to do something else, if that makes sense.
yeah,
So
well said. Yeah.
yeah, to reinvent myself, I just didn't find direction out in the Middle East, and was just going into no man's land. So I think my mother and my sister, I think, was saying like okay, it's going to be a holiday for you out here. Like it was planned to be a holiday, but I think what they really wanted me to do was like go to college, which I did out there, and studied sports science when I came back to London. And then next thing you know, because I got enrolled, I had like a shipping company get all my stuff shipped from Dubai back to
Oh,
London, and then
yeah.
just been there ever since. And then I knew like from this point on, this is what I want to do, like do something like sport or physical education wise, and let alone personal training came to my mind, as the market's very competitive out there too.
Wow, this is so inspiring. I know when I moved from the Netherlands to Spain, it is not far. Your situation was much farther, but yeah, it's for me, is it like a huge transformation to learn a new culture, to reinvent yourself, to look within, like, yeah, super inspiring that you share your story about, yeah, when you move to another country, and not just a country, like a whole continent. Yeah, super inspiring. And how did you come up with becoming a personal trainer and combine it with mental health? How did you come up with that?
Yeah, so about that, back in the early days, like mental health wasn't really like talked about a lot. And you know, you and I are like in the same generation, and especially in the 90s, it was more like if you ever felt like down or depressed or something, then
Mm.
your mom, dad, or maybe your friend or something, like, dude, what the hell's wrong with you? Like, shut up and get on with it, kind of thing. Like, I'm sure you've been told that, like, by loved ones, and I have too, and I thought that was the norm. But then especially around in this country, unfortunately, UK, a lot of men, especially, like, we hide our emotions, and we suppress them, and we don't want to talk to anyone about it, as it's like considered like taboo. And people we're afraid of what people are going to think of us. But if you actually express yourself the most, then it's like a huge therapy session and a weight lifted off your shoulder. So
Mm.
I realized, like, don't know how people are going to react to this as well, but like when a doctor's always there to help you, when prescribe you something when it comes to like medication, and like if you're feeling if you're feeling like this, have a antidepressant, and then you're going to feel better. But there's more to it than this. Like exercise has been such a big important factor in my life too. Yeah, and so from the exercise point of view, like I started off from martial arts at a young age. I started in judo I think I was 10 years old in 2003, and like just to keep my energy good, and because I was a wild kid when I was young. So then it just really helped me feel better about it, and but still, like, the mental health side wasn't even talked about back then. But now we're in this new day and age where it's like now the opposite. Everyone talks about it more now. But if
Yeah.
I felt like with my niche, combining the personal training side with the mental health, like it really helps with my clients' mindset, and helping them to achieve their goals and making them think of the big picture more. So they really feel like it's not just the physical side, but up here too, because we're all gonna have a bad day, but once you get shit done,
Yeah.
everything is going to fall into place, and you're going to be walking away feeling like a champion.
Yeah, yeah, wow, wow, amazing. And it is so true about mental health. It was not talk about it, but I'm really glad that people are talking about it right now. But what is happening when you exercise? What's happening for your mental health? Can you talk more about that? What is happening inside your body, or what is happening on the mental part? Tell me more
Yeah.
about.
Okay. So yeah, as soon as you start exercising, especially in the morning, where most people just feel like shit, I'm just so like tired. I don't want to do this stuff. But once you get out of bed and you
I was
actually,
guilty.
me too, I'm guilty of it too. Yeah. So once you really like crack on with your exercise, if you're free during the morning, then
Mhm.
like what then while that's going on, what happens is you get these everyone talked about the dopamine effect, and then and like with the endorphins, that you get that endorphin rush, like all those
Mhm.
hormones, like the positive hormones are actually stimulating as you're just sweating through and burning through all that stress and all the mental stress to cycle out your system. And then once you have that shower and you're ready to go to work, you're ready to kick ass.
Wow. Oh, okay. So it's the hormones that stimulate it.
That's
It's
right.
that. Oh, wow. Interesting. Cool. Okay. Um, all right. My next question is about, can you share with us a really nice and inspiring success stories from your clients? Like, yeah, what's happened with her or with him when you trained her or him.
Yeah, so this one I've named, what was it? I won't name him, of course, like for confidential reasons, but like it was a man, and recently, so we've been on a great journey together. He started off at 75 kilograms as he weighed. So in a nutshell, his goal was to lose some weight and to feel better about himself. And we started combining like uh from the exercise point of view, we always did like strength and conditioning kind of workouts, and mixed in with boxing kind of workouts to help him feel better with his movement and his athleticism. So the more that we were going on with his journey, and he was like sticking into his nutrition plan, um like his goal was to be 8 kilograms to lose over the course of 2 or 3 months, but he actually achieved more, like 9 or 10. So he did better than we all expected, and he felt like $1 million. And this was a time where he was actually, so to this day, right now, he'll be returning with me very soon, but he's moved back to the Philippines, and like for for his own personal reasons, but he'll be coming back. But what he actually said to me on, you can even look at it on my personal Instagram account, but it doesn't have his name, but it's what his comments, what he said. And I'm gonna read it out here live, onto the so I can quote exactly what he said.
Huh.
So yeah, I'm just gonna find it right now. Okay. Yep, here it is. Okay, so he said, I'll miss you forever, as you've been a big, massive part of my life-changing experience for me, and I can't be more grateful for what you've done for me over the course of my journey. And that's when I hear these kind of messages, that's much more of an accomplishment than whatever I've accomplished in life. Like those values mean more than any trophies that I've won in from childhood to adulthood now.
Wow, I've got some goosebumps, you know? Wow. How feels that for you? How is that for you to create such a huge impact in someone's life? How is it for you?
Feels so much valuable, and it feels much better than say if I applied for the lottery and I won it the next day or something.
Mhm.
But I wouldn't feel as much happy than what I did than getting like a very lovely testimonial from a client, because
Mhm.
I came from like humble beginnings, and I didn't grow up. I wasn't born with a silver spoon in my mouth. Like we were born in a like what was it? We were quite okay, but like we started off living in a flat, but we didn't really have like a table or something. So when we used to eat, we used to lay out newspapers on the carpet and then eat food from there. So that's how like money doesn't motivate me, or like what I do for a living, of course. Of course, I make a living out of what I do, but it's what I love to do, because unfortunately there are a lot of people out there, like millionaires and billionaires. They make so much money, but I know for a fact that up here they are not happy with themselves inside, and that's living in. I've witnessed that living in the Middle East for 5 years, and they're quite rich and luxurious out there for sure. So yeah, the doing what I love to do, and but like without the money side of it, that's what's really gives me a great sense of achievement to do so.
So, wow, this is so powerful. This is so beautiful. You are so blessed. Wow. You are
Thank you.
really,
You too.
yeah, thank you so much for sharing this. And
You're
the
welcome.
challenges for your clients or for yourself, for example, everyone has his own bad day sometimes, you know. How do you handle those challenges? How do you handle that?
So yeah, we all gonna have our bad days for sure. Like it's gonna come. Like this is what's beautiful about life. One minute you're up, next minute you're down, then the next day you're back up again. That's just how it goes. Simple as. But when it comes to like mindset, and like you just feel so tired from work or stressed, or you had an argument with your wife or husband, but you still got you still got a session to do, or or you or maybe you don't, even if you're not under a personal trainer, but you still want to work out, then that's the right mindset to have, no matter how challenging it feels up here. Once you get this done, you're going to feel much better. It could be anything that you do, any exercise form. It doesn't have to be intense. It doesn't have to be it could be easy. It could be meat in between. As long as you get that done, you're going to feel so good about it. And as far as how I deal with it with my clients when they're feeling like that, it's you've got one thing simple to say. Like I know it's very cliche to say this, but you've got to where you are right now. Stay in the present, stay in the moment.
Mhm.
Don't think about bills or like parking, like what if you had a parking fine that's very expensive, for example, which of course is not a nice thing to have, but whatever obstacles that you're feeling up in your head right now, you're with me. Well, let's temporarily get that out your system. Let's focus on what we're doing. I'm with you every step of the way, and we're gonna crush it, and you're gonna feel not so much better, because I know that's still in the back of your mind after you get done with the training session, but you're better than what you were before. Otherwise you're gonna feel worse if you don't get it done at all. Like you've lost, if that makes sense.
Wow, this is a really good advice. Thank you so much. Like, I will go to the gym this afternoon. So really good. Thanks, man.
Yeah, get your booty class done. That's something you're doing. Yeah, you're crushing that.
Yeah, but it is so true. Like, when we did a booty class session, I feel so much better, even if I'm like super tired after the class. But it gives me also so much energy, and with the music and with the girls, and we just smash it. And even before the class, I feel so tired because it is early in the morning, but exactly what you just said about be in the present moment. Don't think about all the things that you need to do. Just here, and where focus goes, energy flows. So yeah, really good. So if we wrap up this interview, I would like to ask you, what is your future plan to create such a huge impact that you are doing now? Tell me more about your future plans.
Yeah, so future plans is like still going to be a personal trainer in the long run, but I'll be leveraging myself with my business about Life Fitness. Go follow that. Yeah, so my wife and I are going to be like we'll get our own studio, and definitely a podcast. I already got the name of the title done without I even started. A Bass Life Fitness podcast coming around the line in due course.
It's super cool. What will be the name of the podcast?
The title of the podcast will be a Bass Life Fitness podcast, but that's in the future. That's going to be happening, but I've already got future plans, like a roadmap laid out.
Oh, that is so cool. So you can just share your story much more often, and especially those success stories with your clients, of course. Wow, really cool. And if people wants to know more about you, where can they find you? Or because you are in London, right?
That's correct.
Yeah. So if people wants to book a session with you, where can they find you?
Yeah. So on my Instagram, a Bass Life Fitness is the title, and it's like a Bass underscore Life Fitness. You'll see it on the Instagram, and then when it comes to website, www.abasslifefitness.co.uk, and you can see a whole lot of good stuff that's going to help achieve your life and change your goals and set your intentions.
Wow. Oh, amazing. Okay, I will just write it down in the description everywhere. So I would like to thank you so much also about your enormous, inspiring, and powerful story and advice and tips and tricks. And thank you so much for being on the show. I really
thank you
appreciate
very much. My pleasure. Thank you. Thank you so much.
See you.
Thank you very much, Danik. Have a great weekend as well.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.